If you are over 60, you know that staying strong isn't just about looking good in the mirror anymore. It is about independence. It is about being able to get out of a chair without groaning, carrying your own groceries, and playing with your grandkids without fear of falling. But there is a silent thief that steals this independence from us as we age. It is called sarcopenia, which is just the medical term for age-related muscle loss. You might not notice it day by day, but after the age of 30, we start losing muscle mass, and once we hit 60, that process accelerates aggressively. By the time you are 80, you could have lost up to 50% of your muscle mass if you aren't actively fighting against it. Now, most people think the answer is just to eat more meat. You have probably heard it 1,000 times. Eat your steak, eat your chicken. But here is the problem that no one talks about. As we get older, our digestion changes. Our bodies produce less stomach acid, which makes breaking down dense, fibrous meats like steak or pork chops much harder than it used to be. You might eat a huge steak, but your body is only absorbing a fraction of that protein. Plus, let's be honest, sometimes you just don't have the appetite for a heavy meat meal 3 times a day. So, what if I told you there's a way to rebuild your muscle, protect your joints, and boost your energy without forcing yourself to eat heavy meat meals? There is one specific food, a superfood for seniors, if you will, that is packed with the exact building blocks your aging muscles are screaming for. It is easy to digest, it is versatile, and science shows it might be more effective for seniors than almost any other protein source. In this video, I am going to reveal exactly what this food is, why your body needs it right now, and the specific way you need to eat it to turn your body into a muscle building machine, even after 60. Before we reveal the food, we need to understand why you are losing muscle in the first place. It is not just because you are moving less. There is a physiological phenomenon called anabolic resistance. Imagine your muscles are like a house that needs constant repairs. When you were 20, your body was like a super efficient construction crew. You ate a little bit of protein, and boom, the crew went to work repairing and building muscle. But as we age, that construction crew gets a little hard of hearing. They don't hear the signal to start building muscle as easily. You need a much louder signal, meaning a higher dose of high-quality protein to wake them up and get them working. If you are just eating toast and coffee for breakfast and a salad for lunch, that construction crew is sleeping on the job, and your house, your muscle mass starts to crumble. This is why you feel weaker. This is why your balance feels off. It's not just aging, it is a lack of the right fuel. This brings us to the digestive wall. I mentioned earlier that stomach acid declines with age. This is crucial. To get the amino acids out of a piece of steak, your stomach has to work incredibly hard to break down those tough fibers. If you have ever felt heavy, bloated, or tired after a meat-heavy meal, that is your digestion struggling. If you aren't breaking the food down, you aren't absorbing the nutrients. You are literally flushing your money and your muscle potential down the toilet. We need a protein source that is bioavailable. That is a fancy word meaning your body can soak it up like a sponge without doing hard labor. We need something soft, something that contains all the essential amino acids, and something specifically high in an amino acid called leucine. Leucine is the magic key. Remember the construction crew I talked about? Leucine is the foreman with the megaphone. It is the one amino acid that yells, "Hey, wake up, start building muscle now." Seniors need more leucine than young people to trigger that muscle growth. And this leads us directly to the star of today's video. The one food you should start eating every single day to stop muscle loss is Greek yogurt. Now, please don't click away thinking it's just yogurt. This is not the sugary, watery yogurt you might have had as a kid. I am talking about authentic, strained Greek yogurt. Let me explain why this specific food is a miracle for the over 60 body. Regular yogurt is fine, but Greek yogurt is strained to remove the excess whey, which leaves behind a concentrated, creamy powerhouse of nutrition. A single cup of Greek yogurt can contain up to 20 grams of protein. To get that same amount of protein from regular yogurt, you would have to eat nearly 3 cups. That is too much volume for most seniors. With Greek yogurt, you get a massive hit of protein in a small, easy-to-eat portion. But it is not just about the protein count. It is about the digestibility. Because Greek yogurt is a fermented food, the bacteria have already started breaking down the proteins for you. It is like the food is pre-digested. When you eat it, your body doesn't have to work hard. The amino acids flood into your bloodstream rapidly, reaching your muscles quickly. This makes it ideal for seniors who suffer from acid reflux, bloating, or low appetite. It is gentle on the stomach but powerful on the muscles. There is another secret benefit to Greek yogurt that is critical for aging: bone health. We talk about muscle loss or sarcopenia, but we cannot ignore osteoporosis or bone thinning. The two go hand in hand. If your bones are weak, your muscles can't work properly, and vice versa. Greek yogurt is loaded with calcium. But unlike a calcium pill, which can sometimes cause kidney stones or heart issues if not taken correctly, dietary calcium from dairy is absorbed beautifully by the body. So, with every spoonful, you are hardening your skeleton and inflating your muscles. It is a 2-for-1 deal. Now, let's talk about the specific type of protein in Greek yogurt. It contains two types: whey and casein. This combination is magic. Whey protein is absorbed very fast. It hits your system in 30 minutes. Casein is absorbed very slowly, over several hours. Why does this matter? Because it gives you a sustained release of amino acids. If you eat Greek yogurt, you are feeding your muscles instantly, but you are also keeping them fed for hours afterwards. This is why many nutritionists recommend Greek yogurt specifically as a late-night snack for seniors. And I will get into that bedtime routine in just a minute because it can change your life. But first, we have to address the elephant in the room: sugar. When I say Greek yogurt, I do not mean the vanilla, strawberry, or fruit on the bottom varieties you see in the grocery store. Those are candy. They are loaded with added sugars, sometimes as much as a can of soda. Sugar is the enemy of healthy aging. It increases inflammation, which makes joint pain worse, and it spikes your insulin, which can lead to fat gain and diabetes. You must buy plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. I know some of you are thinking, but plain yogurt tastes like sour cream. I can't eat that. Don't worry. I am going to give you 3 delicious ways to prepare it so it tastes like a treat, not a punishment. The first way is the antioxidant breakfast bowl. You take 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. This gives you your 20 grams of protein foundation. Then you add a handful of berries, blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries. Berries are low in sugar but high in antioxidants, which protect your brain and memory. Then, and this is the trick to making it taste good, you add a drizzle of raw honey or a sprinkle of stevia if you are diabetic, and a dash of cinnamon. Cinnamon helps regulate your blood sugar. Finally, top it with some walnuts. Walnuts add healthy omega-3 fats, which are great for your heart and lubricate your stiff joints. This breakfast takes 2 minutes to make, requires no cooking, and starts your day with a muscle-building signal that lasts until lunch. The second way to eat it is savory. Many people only think of yogurt as a sweet breakfast food, but in places like Greece, Turkey, and the Middle East, where people live very long, healthy lives, yogurt is often savory. You can use plain Greek yogurt exactly like sour cream. Put a dollop on top of your chili or your vegetable soup. Or make a dip. Mix the yogurt with a little lemon juice, dill, garlic powder, and a pinch of salt. Dip your carrots, cucumbers, or peppers into it. This is a fantastic afternoon snack. Most seniors snack on crackers or toast, which is just empty carbohydrates. By switching your snack to this savory yogurt dip, you are sneaking in another 10 to 15 grams of protein without even trying. The third way is the bedtime muscle savior. This is perhaps the most important tip in this entire video. Research suggests that eating a high-protein snack about 30 minutes to an hour before bed can significantly improve muscle synthesis overnight. You see, when you sleep, you are fasting. You go 8, maybe 9 hours without food. For a senior body, this fasting window can be catabolic, meaning your body might start breaking down muscle tissue for energy. To prevent this, eat half a cup of Greek yogurt before you brush your teeth. The casein protein I mentioned earlier will clot in your stomach and release amino acids slowly throughout the night, like an IV drip of muscle food. It protects your muscles while you dream. I want to touch on a common concern I hear from my viewers. Is dairy bad for inflammation? This is a valid question. Some people are sensitive to dairy. If you are lactose intolerant, you might think you can't eat Greek yogurt. However, because of the straining process and the fermentation, Greek yogurt has much less lactose than regular milk. Many people with mild lactose intolerance find they can eat Greek yogurt without any issues. But if you try it and you feel bloated, listen to your body. There are non-dairy alternatives, but you have to be careful. Coconut yogurt or almond yogurt often have almost zero protein. They are just fat and thickeners. If you must go plant-based, look for a soy-based Greek-style yogurt or a high-protein pea-based yogurt to ensure you are getting that muscle-building fuel. But for the vast majority of people, traditional plain Greek yogurt is the gold standard. Let's talk about quantity. How much do you need? To fight sarcopenia, experts suggest seniors need about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That is a lot of math. To keep it simple, aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at every meal. If you have 3 eggs for breakfast, you are getting about 18 grams. That is close, but not quite enough to trigger that construction crew I talked about. If you add just a half cup of Greek yogurt on the side, you bump that up to 28 grams. Boom, you have hit the threshold. You have activated muscle growth. It is an easy topper that ensures you hit your goals without having to eat 5 eggs. Another fascinating aspect of this food is the gut-brain connection. We are learning more and more that the health of your gut bacteria affects everything from your mood to your immune system to your nutrient absorption. As we age, our gut diversity goes down. Greek yogurt is a probiotic. It is alive. When you eat it, you are replenishing the good bacteria in your gut. Why does this matter for muscle? Because a healthy gut absorbs nutrients better. You could be eating the best diet in the world, but if your gut is inflamed and unhealthy, you aren't absorbing the vitamins and amino acids. By eating yogurt, you are healing the machinery, your gut, that processes the fuel, the protein. It is a holistic cycle of health. I also want to address the low-fat versus full-fat debate. For decades, we were told to eat non-fat everything, but new research is showing that for seniors, a little bit of healthy dairy fat is not the enemy. Full-fat or 2% Greek yogurt helps you feel full longer. It also helps you absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D. And guess what? Vitamin D is essential for muscle function and preventing falls. If you eat non-fat yogurt, you might be missing out on that absorption boost. Unless your doctor has strictly put you on a low-fat diet for a specific heart condition, don't be afraid of the 2% or even whole milk versions. They taste better, they are more satisfying, and they help with nutrient absorption. Now, simply eating this food is step 1, but I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't mention step 2. You cannot build muscle by food alone. You can eat a bucket of yogurt, but if you sit on the couch all day, that protein will just be used for energy or stored as fat. You need to give your muscles a reason to grow. You need mechanical tension. This doesn't mean you need to become a bodybuilder or lift heavy iron at the gym. It can be as simple as bodyweight exercises, doing sit-to-stands from your chair, doing push-ups against the kitchen counter while you wait for your coffee, walking up a hill. When you combine resistance movement with the high-quality protein from Greek yogurt, you create an anabolic environment. The exercise provides the spark, and the yogurt provides the fuel. Without the spark, the fuel just sits there. Without the fuel, the spark burns out. You need both. Let's quickly recap the plan so you can start today. First, go to the grocery store and buy plain Greek yogurt. Check the label. Ingredients should be milk and live active cultures. That's it. No sugar, no corn syrup, no gelatin. Second, aim to eat 1 cup per day. You can split this up half a cup at breakfast to boost your eggs or oatmeal, and half a cup as a savory snack or before bed. Third, customize it. Add your berries, your walnuts, your cinnamon, or your savory spices. Make it something you look forward to eating. And fourth, listen to your body. If you feel stronger, more energetic, and less hungry for junk food, you know it is working. There is one more hidden benefit of increasing your protein intake with yogurt: hydration. Greek yogurt is about 80% water. Seniors are chronically dehydrated because our thirst mechanism, the signal that tells us we are thirsty, gets weaker as we age. We forget to drink water. this leads to fatigue, dizziness, and confusion. By eating yogurt, you are eating your water. It contributes to your daily fluid intake, keeping your cells hydrated and your joints lubricated. I want to leave you with a thought about consistency. Muscle loss didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, over decades. Rebuilding it, or at least halting the loss, won't happen overnight either. You won't eat one bowl of yogurt and wake up looking like a superhero. But if you commit to this small change, this one simple addition to your diet, the cumulative effect over months is profound. You might notice that 6 months from now, climbing the stairs feels easier. You might notice that your legs feel sturdier when you stand up. You might notice you have more energy to play with your grandchildren. That is the power of nutrition. It is not magic, it is biology, and you have the power to control it. So, here is my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, I want you to swap out your usual breakfast or your usual afternoon snack for a Greek yogurt bowl. Just 7 days. See how your digestion feels. See how your energy levels sustain throughout the day. I have a feeling you are going to love the results. If you found this tip helpful and you are looking for more simple, science-backed ways to protect your health after 60, I have another video that goes perfectly with this one. It's about the 3 exercises you should do in bed every morning to fix stiffness before you even stand up. When you combine those movements with this muscle-building food, you are building an invincible routine. Click the video on the screen right now to watch that. And remember, you are not just getting older, you are getting wiser about your health. I'll see you over there.